Pope Leo XIV will today, January 6, 2026, formally close the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica, marking the official end of the Jubilee Holy Year that began on December 24, 2024. The ceremony held on the solemnity of the Epiphany of the Lord will involve the symbolic closing of the bronze door leaves during a special rite at 9:30 in the morning, followed by Holy Mass inside the Basilica. In his prayer, the Pope will emphasize that while the Holy Door is closed, God's mercy remains forever open to all. The physical walling up of the Holy Door will take place privately about 10 days later, when a sealed capsule containing Jubilee records, coins, and the keys of the Holy Door will be placed inside the wall. As schools prepare to open for the first term, Nalikwanda constituency Member of Parliament Konwa Simunji has expressed concern over delays in the construction of additional classroom blocks at Lukweta School. Mr. Simunji told Oblate Radio Liseli News that the contractor engaged on the project has taken too long to complete the works, raising worries as learners are expected to report for lessons soon. He explained that the existing classrooms are not enough to accommodate all pupils, a situation that could negatively affect learning once schools reopen. The lawmaker emphasized that timely completion of projects is vital for communities to benefit as planned, especially in the education sector, where delays directly impact learners.
Nilichukua mwalimu na contact yale akwasezali ndiba bulezi bali bazama esa project turubo head walukweta nikuwa brakoli aba kulitabaye hapa na mubulele ba debt ba PO kuli nani challenge ni contractor yo so information yenda niyo nakuli bangolezi bakwa debt kuli ya mwediru bate contractor usili ato yani yao yo wapa nizo wa central government si kambe kuli masenga na through CDF kambe buyao wale ukali muyao ya kabefeli Museveni wo ye kitwenty Museveni ufile ku contract na 2024 so and project duration yako project kafanisa kuba na kwa kumakai kero ko contract man makila tibagula niyo wani by 3 na ile renovate na contract ite ye asidi poniwa na yaso na kufela muyago feli kwanda mwezi ma class wa na kubea kakuba secondary school ma class ya doti adequate na kwenda accommodate ku grade 1 ni fiamani mapo mto bakesa kuli maklasi ukali ki 5 rooms ye mena ni 3 ye mena ni 2 kono akuna 2 blocks is not enough.
He further stressed that government resources must be used responsibly and urged contractors to show seriousness and commitment when entrusted with public works meant to improve service delivery. And now the Ward Development Committee Secretary for Siwa Zone in Nakato Ward, Persley Sisupo, is appealing to the Ministry of Health to urgently repair Siwa Rural Health Center. He says the facility's roof is leaking, a situation that is disrupting the work of health staff and putting medical supplies at risk of damage, especially during the rainy season. Speaking to Oblate Radio Liseli News, Mr. Sisupo also raised concern over unsafe water at the health center, explaining that a water tank installed at the facility has no lid, following birds to enter, with some reportedly dying inside the tank.
Patela saru na kuyakani kulatela kama kete kamba sibeleki asinama toileti asinali kamani sane anikunela miliani yemimu yasinyeha twale kakuva mu emeli ya yemela mushemi walonda wasibakase mwasiwa zone lukupatuso 10 bo kansela kulitabayo mwinge serious kuyakamezi bo contractor bene batove ya mezi fasi patela batosiona twalo pa tanki yale ngezi si amena na twalo mane kushwezili katenule abaitu sisimezi hao lwa kupa kimusebezi wa na bokansela olumifa.
Meanwhile, Nakato Ward Councillor Simata says the matter has already been reported to Mongu District Health Office and is awaiting action. Mr. Simata says this office is following up on the issue and is hopeful that the Ministry of Health will soon respond and address the challenges at the facility.
Sipatira sauna sasiwa sana imiyamo cho ni mezi erona fasipatira sasiwa kana kulea avereki bakensa kuli contractor anatoeza mezi yalu na fasipatira sasiwa asika beari difali mwa tanki yale mane kukona kufumana yakuli rinyuanize muzishwezi mwate makubata kwiziro nwanga mezi kwa kuza zipalezi tabayo serifitize hangata kuzwa phone kinesi fa kansela andoeza soyaini nilikire kufita kwa teni nikulwana taba yo kwa maoffices kafela kwa kalawo yabona balubulelela kuli basa bona ma budget yabona sakono kwa maoffices haibalukuza azikoni kwezala chale lunani kuvaela nako kafela kubona kuli zikone kwezala.
Siwa Rural Health Center in Nakato is providing health services to more than 1,000 people in the area. In other stories, over 150 residents of Siwa Zone in Nakato Ward, Nalikwanda constituency, are expected to receive their food for work payments following activities carried out over the past 2 weeks. Nakato Ward Councillor Simata says the delay in paying beneficiaries was caused by disruptions linked to the recent by-election held in the ward last month. Speaking to Oblate Radio Liseli News, Mr. Simata said beneficiaries are expected to receive their 50-kilogram bags of maize either later this week or by next Monday. He explained that the residents were involved in community works such as clearing canals and cleaning public institutions.
Food for Eki, card number ye tukwala for Food for Eki ki 148 ama bags yale ya firwe mawadi ya unaya Nakato maini mawadi ama mukufirwe ya nachoro same amount kono olwa vile cholo bakensa kuli kona namba yerufirwe mifa kuveleka babelekilika shitana kona mfumanikio amba belekile kwa kutokola kwa bazofumana ka kali wakale kwa Nakato okutokola kuli kuvenika bridge bamko babelekile ba Food for Week kuzafateni babamba belekile kukensa pali patela ni kukilina ze mchwalo hamonjo ni kutetela tumikokotoluna mune tufumana ya kwike tumelamela machicha numuko matabula mutu ukafumana kakavelo mo 50 kg mo lweze chwalo bakensa kuli kona mwevezi budget ivo nsakuli kimutu ni mutu sana kufumana 50 kg.
The Mongu District Administration has been implementing the Food for Work program across all wards in the district, with beneficiaries receiving 50-kilogram bags of maize to help reduce household hunger. A Mongu-based clergyman has described the recent sermon of Catholic Archbishop Alec Banda by the Drug Enforcement Commission (DC) as unnecessarily politicized. Bishop Brian Leake of New Covenant Fellowship says the DEC summoned Archbishop Banda as an individual and not the Catholic Church, and that people should clearly differentiate between church matters and individual issues. Bishop Leake says it is disappointing that some politicians position themselves at the forefront of the matter, turning what he describes as a lawful process into a political issue.
And if there's something that maybe say the government institutions, investigating institutions want to find out from an individual, I think if they call that individual, like what happened yesterday, I think it was a bit disappointing because they call out, according to the reports that we are receiving and what we are saying, even on social media, the call out was meant for the bishop himself and not the church. So we should learn to separate individuals and institutions, because there's no way that if, for example, if I'm someone, maybe there's something that they feel I need to respond to, and then the institution summon me to go and respond or answer questions. That does not necessarily mean it's the church that I'm leading that is being persecuted. There's no persecution there. And I don't think the government is persecuting the Roman Catholic Church. It's just that we are trying to criticize this issue. And because, you saw that even the people that attended the mass to start with, most of them were opposition leaders, so which means it was political. And even those that marched to the DEC offices, most of them were politicians and not faithfuls. Some of them, of course, were faithful in the Roman Catholic Church, but
Meanwhile, Bishop Liseli has commended the Zambia Police Service for professionally managing the situation and ensuring that public order was maintained with no reported harm to anyone. But lawyer Sakwiba Sikota has condemned the decision by police to block some lawyers from accessing the Drug Enforcement Commission (DC) offices during the questioning of Archbishop Alec Banda yesterday. Mr. Skota says although the police operation was generally peaceful, it is shameful that certain lawyers were denied entry into the premises, questioning the legal basis upon which police officers decided which lawyers could or could not be present during the questioning, warning that such actions undermine respect for the rule of law. On Monday, Sakwiba Sikota, Makebi Zulu, and Socialist Party leader Fred Membe were among the lawyers blocked from entering the DEC offices during Archbishop Banda's questioning. A Mulambwa resident has raised concern over the lack of communication from Western Water Supply and Sanitation Company regarding erratic water supply affecting the area. Speaking to Oblate Radio Liseli News, Chapman Sitwala expressed displeasure at the utilities' failure to inform customers, saying the trend has become increasingly common. Mr. Stwala noted that Mulambwa had experienced several days of interrupted water supply, yet the company remained silent, leaving residents searching for alternative sources and often buying water from individuals with boreholes.
Now they are witness people. Whenever they have a breakdown, aba exercise community out of money banana breakdown wapo ni haiba kunani maintenance kunani maintenance abatakuta kama mama tanki abona kaufera even the society the community hakuna zote kwanza kuiona kwa ya almost 4-5 days ile tsunami. Me people are wondering to Aruna Road to Mamu Park, Road to Malai to just throughout the hours, Malai to Amaya. Very problem is you have to run. You have to make the money.
In response, Western Water Supply and Sanitation Company Assistant Public Relations Officer Priska Siafumba said the water utility company regrets the inconvenience caused to its valued customers due to the recent intermittent supply in Mulambwa.
And the company has established procedures for notifying customers through bulk SMS messages and community WhatsApp platforms. So measures are currently being strengthened to ensure faster dissemination of information to the public, especially during emergencies. And Western Water remains committed to improving service delivery and customer engagement. And be rest assured that steps are being taken to enhance both operational response and communication effectiveness going forward.
Now, the construction project of Imweko Police Post in Mongo District is progressing steadily. Imweko Ward Development Committee Chairperson Job Liambai has told Oblate Radio Liseli News that the project experienced delays after the contractor was asked to redo the ceiling board following concerns raised by the community. Mr. Liambai explained that the remaining works include fitting towers, connecting water to the facility, and other finishing touches before completion.
Nakula ntuma challenges tuma mistakes tone bapangile ane natama final touches zinge mwale totsonenge tuma ceiling board twale kona kulifa kwa ntu pasafeleza befa otherwise we almost there matazo ma rooms ama maskavelela kale ndizeni nivona kuli ni running water vaskaru tiseza kale fateni kale it comprise a full building with the furniture inside currently we don't have staff houses fateni kale. But it's a completely building with running water. Nima sales yona cholo kuli the well serviced sales. Kono kabla kuli police post na ifeli land and. So far so good. The quality of works yeba izize kwateni inze and kwando nene nbula ceiling board yale. That's the one that we received complaints from the community. So we had to make a follow up and then lucky enough contractors has rectified that mistake. They have worked on it.
A check by Oblate Radio Liseli News crew found the contractor on site carrying out the final works on the project. Finally, in foreign news, South African presidency and parliament have instituted separate inquiries into alleged corruption amid growing concern over the scale of graft in the country. Recent high-profile cases have raised fears that weak accountability and entrenched criminal networks could push South Africa towards what analysts describe as a mafia state. However, authorities say the investigations are aimed at restoring public trust and strengthening governance. For further details on these developments, we monitored DW Africa. Here's a report.
A 3-story mansion with a swimming pool and walk-in closet